welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of idsoftware, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on its tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom: The Dark Ages.
That was so stupid, I mouthed the words.
That's cool that they actually kept that in. I'll give it a little bit of personality there. I gotta admit, Doomslayer's new look is pretty cool with that cape.
In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will feel like the super weapon in the center of a medieval war against hell.
I've never played any of the Doom games, but I'm fascinated by them right now.
World full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016.
Okay.
It's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the series. And if you're a longtime fan,
Smart.
then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank. Heavy,
So they're going the opposite
strong,
direction.
but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal.
But instead of high mobility, you're more like busting your way through enemies instead.
Strafing to aim viable again, just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom: The Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw.
That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, the shield saw is a cool concept.
Parry, deflect.
Add some new defensive mechanics.
It's contextual, tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we want every Doom game to stand on its own as a unique experience.
It's clever.
In 2016, we asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom: The Dark Ages,
That makes each game stand out in its own unique way, so you always have a reason to go back to each one. I respect that. I like that. It's always great to build on, you know, existing ideas and stuff like that, but to make each game stand out in its own unique way is pretty cool.
the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created it in. But that's not all. Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail? Or maybe an electrified gauntlet? Or even a Doom spiked mace? That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee system. All on one input, complete with combos and upgrades. And it's totally awesome. And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit. And it feels amazing.
Huh.
You'll feel unstoppable, smashing your way through the horde with total freedom. And that seems like a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet. The trigger.
The trigger. Oh my god, that's so many enemies. Holy crap.
Right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns. And Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created.
Pure sci-fi. Pure fantasy sci-fi.
Mean, ancient, brutal torture machines built to butcher, impale, and shred the minions of hell with. Only in Doom, that's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage and see how these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom: The Dark Ages.
See, this is when you know a game is going to be great, is when they showcase this much gameplay. You know it's going to be a good game when they're being this bold. This is going to be a very good year for Xbox. They're going to own this year outright. Damn, that's crazy. You can like straight up like stall big enemies like that. That's so many of them. Holy crap.
Under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best.
Really?
You can slow things down or speed them up. It's a Doom for all Slayers.
And the gameplay doesn't end
That's
with
bold.
just a Slayer. We finally have for you, you've been waiting for 2 games now, to get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlas, which is a mech. It's the size of a building, it's powerful, and you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists. And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very
This looks
own
cool.
fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon.
That's
Neither of these
cool.
are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The Power Fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun.
Wow. Whoa, that's wild.
We know that fans of single-player action games expect more than just great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of
Exploration.
Doom: The Dark Ages. Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls.
It's cool that they're mixing like medieval with hyper techno environment. It's unique. It's definitely a unique power fantasy blend.
Explore what is the largest play space ever in a Doom game, discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources. You control the pace of the game. Where you go, who you fight, and the objectives you pursue. It's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates, because the battle isn't over yet. And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete. And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom: The Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience that's as fun to play as it was to make, and make something that's good enough to become the best game id has ever made.
But that is for you to decide. When Doom: The Dark Ages releases,
Wow. Okay. So they're kind of dropping a lot of the games pretty close to each other. The exception, so it looks like, yeah, April and May. Big 2 months for them. They're getting started pretty big here. Hey, I think we're at the end, right?
You will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell.
All of Azel's powers are designed around textile crafting and spinning wheels. The combat system is built around chaining attacks and unraveling enemies.
Our reactive turn-based system has
I will say this much: it is definitely bold of them to come out swinging so soon with a lot of these games. I think it's great. I also think they probably could have stagnated these games a little bit throughout the year, so that way people have something to look forward to within a period of time. You know, it'll be hard for people to play all these games within that time window, but that might be that's why they're using the Game Pass. You want people to get, you know, play the game, buy the Game Pass, and then go through the games that way. 4 major releases though; those are big titles, straight off, right off the bat. I mean, South of Midnight is a brand new game. Same thing with Expedition 33. These 2 games are brand new, but they have potential. They have really good potential here. Expedition 33 has definitely caught my interest a lot. Ninja Gaiden 4 being a resurrection of an old and incredible series, and them releasing Ninja Gaiden Black 2 today to kind of wet people's whistles right now is, woof, that's a great way to get excitement going right off the bat. And obviously Doom: The Dark Ages just looks wild. That just looks wild. Great presentation. That might be one of the strongest presentations I've seen when it comes to you know, Xbox showing off what they have in their catalog. Definitely impressive.